been called lots of stuff. Yeah, I've done a lot of deed. I've had it rough and tough. You know I've smoked a lot of weed. Mellow, don't you know? Well, I've learned a thing or two, like when and where I should go to, what I should or shouldn't do. I've been left alone, no company, but that's alright with me, 'cause I'm big and ugly. I'm big and ugly. I'd like to let it grow, you know I'm talking about my beard. I'll have you all know that I know sometimes it might look weird, but I got a friend upstairs whom I'll keep confiding in. I know he's there 'cause when I knock he always lets me in. Brings me peace with what it is and what is not for me. To accept what I see, they're looking back at me as big and ugly. Big and ugly. I could have been small and cute and play a flute like a dream, or sing like an angel, maybe play ukulele. But I got to work with my hands and keep dragging it along, banging on that old guitar. Sometimes I'll write a song. I lose a few friends, so it seems I got no enemies. What you get is what you see, that's how it is with me, 'cause I'm big and ugly. I'm big and ugly. Big and ugly.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Big Uglies. Boy, this is a really big, ugly Wednesday, isn't it? Psych, it's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me, my co-host, as always, the one and only Mr. Big Spit, Carl Spitali.
Yo, happy Wednesday.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get in frame there. There we go. Happy Wednesday, man. How you, listen. I just want to come out.
By the way, I'm wearing this because LA is upside down right now, and
yeah, welcome to the Victory Lap tour. Yeah, are you even going to be allowed to wear red hats in this city anymore without people freaking the fuck out? I say not.
We're back.
Yeah, you feeling good about it?
Wear this shit tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, well, when you're 6'8", generally people are not going to be that confrontational with your red hat wearing. Although women will think they can talk shit to anybody, which is, part of the reason, it's part of how we got here, America. We got here because women were just like, I'll talk shit to anybody. And we were like, oh yeah, well, come see about me. Women talk shit for the last 6 months, and today they're crying, which I gotta be honest. Listen, I wish I could say I take no satisfaction in the misery of women today, but I would be a lie. I love it. I love watching them cry. It's my favorite kind of just women getting disappointed and not getting their way. it might be the hardest my dick's ever been in its entire life.
It's funny though that like
it was just America going, "Hey, no," and they were just like, "Ah."
It's funny though, like, you know, when it's your girl or your wife or you know, you, and like they don't get their way.
Brian, man, I'm so happy we kept our Project 2025 a secret for this long. Yeah, buddy. It's Handmaid's Tale if you're listening to the Handmaids.
It's just like it's so crazy though. Like if it is your wife or your girl, whatever, and you're just like, come on. Like obviously, I'm disappointed if something didn't work out for you and you didn't get your way. But when it's another chick that I don't know, she doesn't get her way.
Chef's kiss. Yeah. And when it's a shitload of them that don't get their way, oh my God. You know?
Kind of makes you throb.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Here's what's funny as fuck. I told you I took the dog on a walk this morning.
You told me this, yeah.
It was so quiet. It
like
was
eerily quiet out.
All the political signs are gone. Like
oh yeah, they took them shits down immediately, huh?
Like I don't know. I just feel like people, like there was a chick I was talking to, and before the election, like even the day of, she was like, "Hey, tell you what, you know, if Kamala wins, you know, you can cook me dinner and stuff." And she said something else, and like, "Oh, okay," and she was talking shit, but she never said, you know, what happens if Trump wins. So he won, and I texted her. I was like, "So what do I get?" You know. And then she didn't respond. I texted her this morning just as like a follow-up. I was like, "So did you still want me to like cook you dinner? Whatever." And she goes, "I'm not hungry anymore."
What a stupid bitch. Starve forever.
I'm not hungry.
And by the way, you know, we were
from like I haven't had a guy cook for me in forever. It's like, "Hey, you still want me to cook for you? I'm not even hungry."
So funny. So, we streamed yesterday. Shout out to the guys from the Washcast. We did a live stream with them last night, off and on, for the election, and it was a good time. I didn't realize that everyone in the room was gay. I just kept dropping F-bombs all over the place, and then they would all be like,
"They weren't all gay."
Well, there was a significant portion of the dudes that were gay, but I thought it was funny because everyone's just like, and they're just going to start executing gays. And I was like, I spent election night with half a dozen gay dudes who couldn't have been happier that Trump was getting elected.
Yeah, that was the normal gay guy thing that JD Vance was talking about.
Here's a live look at us when the announcement was that he won. Just a live look in. I would actually like to give my experience as because mine is a complete 180. You started as a straight and now you're homosexual.
I was talking about voting for Hillary and then voting for Trump.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were okay, so you started as gay and now you're a straight.
Yeah, I voted for Hillary.
Okay.
And it's probably the only
welcome to the last episode of the Big Uglies ever, everyone.
Yeah, I voted for Hillary in the sense that I bought into all the propaganda. And I remember the election night. I remember when he won. And I remember saying, like, "Oh, he's the president now. We got to give him a shot." Nobody else had that sentiment as me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, literally the next day, you're like, "This is Russia." I was like, no, they just, like, you weren't listening. People were tired of it. I didn't believe him at first. And over the course of the next, his term from 2016 plus the I would say 3 years, because that last year wasn't even, I mean, it was COVID plus the election.
Mhm.
So I'm saying, so that those like 7 years was like, it was a slow drip at first,
Mhm.
right?
Do you
And
remember
then
the defining moment when you were just like,
when I snapped out of the Dems,
yeah, when you were just like, I'm on the wrong side here?
yeah, the most egregious,
Do you want to sit in frame while you tell the story?
the most egregious. I was like thinking, I was starting, my head is heavy. I started.
Yeah, no, I see. I see. This
The
camera's
most
here.
egregious thing I think I remember seeing, I remember snapping out of this, watching the Brett Kavanaugh episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like going, oh, I'm going to watch the new John Oliver. It was all about Kavanaugh. And I remember during the Kavanaugh shit, they're grilling this guy for like shit he couldn't remember in high school. It had to do with the yearbook. And I was like, yeah, what does this matter? Who cares? And they were mad. He was screaming. And then John Oliver had this fucking episode where he was basically like, a guy who yells when you're accusing him of rape is a fucking rapist. And I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, I literally was like, I had this whole like, I remember like sitting and going, oh my God, what the fuck? And I go, have I been fucking, has this all been like this? It was like a fucking, I felt dirty. I felt like, I was like, oh man, was I falling for all the cheap bullshit that they were just serving me up?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's
The answer is
like,
yes.
the whole thing just like crumbled. Everything.
Yeah, the
Because
Kavanaugh
I believed in the fact that I was like, well, I'm still a classical liberal, and the party is bad, but it'll right itself. And oh no, no.
Yeah, it's funny because the Kavanaugh moment is a moment that a lot of people, let's see, just gotta think. Anyway, the Kavanaugh moment is a moment that I don't think a lot of people remember in that first Trump term, of like just absurd liberal freak out like this.
Yeah, that was it for me.
You know, it was pretty inexcusable in terms of like the reaction and the fact that these guys, hold on, let me do this. It's a fake account. Anyway, it was a moment where it was like, hey, is this really happening? Like the idea that like a woman could make some sort of loose accusation and that everyone, because of for political reasons,
Like not only ran with it, but like created entire narratives about it.
Yeah.
And I remember actually snapping out of it, like going, what the fuck am I? That didn't happen at all. I watched the trial shit, the hearing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And they're just grilling it. I was like, that didn't happen at all. Each thing, I was like debunking it in real time to myself. I'm like, this is bullshit. What the fuck are we talking about? And then I started, and I did the thing that I do immediately when I either like a show or hate a show. I go on IMDb and I look at the writers. I go, who the fuck wrote this fucking drivel?
Yeah.
And then I see, and then I go, they're unchallenged winning Emmys year after year in this fucking Trump era too. This is bad. They were like desperately trying to fill this Jon Stewart void. And it's just, I saw it for what it was at face value, was just like bullshit hack comedy propaganda. Like at face value, I saw it in real time. And that was like the moment that I said, oh shit. And then I started going, well, what else was the thing? Looked into Adam Schiff and the fucking Russia shit. By the way, that cocksucker somehow got elected again. I don't, you know.
Yeah, well, he got elected he's in the Senate now, right? He was a House of Representatives guy. He sat on the House Oversight Committee, and then now he's
No, he was a
he's
senator, but he was a senator last time. This is like the rest of his term, and then he goes and serves again, or whatever the
No,
fuck.
I didn't think he was a senator. I thought he was a House of Representative for a long time.
Yeah, but I believe he won his term as senator the last election, and now he's on the Senate Intelligence Committee or some shit.
Oh, it says House Intelligence Committee, member of House of Representatives. You don't know. He's still in the House. He's not a senator yet.
So this term, this election will be that he's moving to the Senate.
Yeah, he's moving into the Senate. Yeah.
Which is a 6-year term.
Right. But I will say, first of all, he's in the minority now in the Senate. And there was an overwhelming majority of conservatives in the Senate now. They have a pretty astounding lead. And then, it'll be really interesting to see kind of what his first term is like as a senator, because pretty much any Democratic politician now is like a lame duck. They're outvoted in the House. They're outvoted in the Senate. You have a conservative Supreme Court, which some people believe is going to become even more conservative as Alito and some of these other people retire. Can you
imagine if Trump replaced government? Can you imagine if Trump? Think about this for real. Can you imagine if Trump, in this term, had 2 more judges
appointed?
Retire, and then he appointed judges. You know what that would mean?
Yeah, it would mean a conservative majority in the Supreme Court for the rest of our lives.
No, it'll mean one president appointed 5 Supreme Court justices with lifelong terms.
Yeah.
Nobody's done that ever.
What did I say?
What I'm saying.
Well, and this is the thing.
5 of 9 would be appointed by one president.
This is the thing, and there's a million shows out there. And if you're watching ours, thank you for watching ours. And thank you if you watched us last night. Thanks for tuning in and watching us last night. Here's the thing I don't think people are aware of is this is not a Republican, kind of going back to your point about how you came to sort of be on the right. Mine's pretty similar. I was a Gary Johnson voter in 2016. And I warmed up to Trump as a candidate and as a politician through his first term with his actions and the things that he did. And
it's funny, I voted for Gary Johnson in 2012.
Yeah,
Obama, Johnson, Hillary.
So the interesting thing for me is that I felt like this election was not a Republican Democrat election. I felt like it was those of us who live in the real world and those of us who do not. And the people in the real world showed up in droves overwhelmingly and elected Donald Trump to be the 47th president of the United States, and a shit ton of conservative senators. And what was interesting was, and I should probably pull this up, what was interesting is all these lies and propaganda that the left likes to tell about
that were all nonsense.
That were just all nonsense. And it even showed up yesterday in the vote, right? And so, listen, I know that you and I have liberal friends who argue with us in private about politics, and they stalk everything that we do because they're obsessed with the mindset that we don't believe we have to conform to be like.
By the way, the so-and-so that you and I know that I argue with, definitely watched all my Instagram stories.
Okay.
Without responding to the last.
Certainly, but I want to pull up something that I tweeted about last night, because of all the lies, the one that probably bothered me the most during this campaign cycle was just continuing to pretend like Trump is going to have some national abortion ban, or even that the conservatives that support Trump are in favor of such a ban.
Which is why I liked your point last night.
Despite the fact that over and over and over and over and over and over again, he said, I'm not in support of such a ban. Personally, I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, life of the mother. He even said that the 6-week ban in Florida, that he voted against it because he thought it was too strict. And the left just kept lying, and they kept referring to every abortion ban around the country as Donald Trump abortion bans. And I just want to share this thing I tweeted last night because a lot of people don't know this fact because they're not interested in looking at the truth. Liberals are allergic to the fucking truth, and if you feed it to them, they'll vomit. But what I wanted to show is this. It's interesting to me that Missouri both voted in Donald Trump as president and voted for more progressive abortion laws. They undid their total ban in favor of a more lenient policy, right? So if I pull this up in the same screen, Missouri abortion law results, okay, this will tell you Missouri and Arizona expands rights as the Florida vote to expand rights fell short. So Florida wanted to increase the limit per Trump, and that failed. And then in conservative states of Arizona and Missouri, they actually made the policy more lenient.
Yeah,
right?
But what does that say? What is that in the
so Missouri voters
there?
decided to overturn the state's current near total abortion ban and establish a constitutional guarantee the fundamental right to reproductive freedom, which actually includes birth control and everything else, which, by the way, you know, in case people don't know this about me, I'm fine with all of the forms of contraception.
Hold on. Time out, though.
Let me finish. Let me fucking
That's
finish.
The Constitution?
No, let me finish. I'm fine with contraception. As a matter of fact, I think if we had any free healthcare, that should be it, right? So this idea that people have that even every pro-life conservative wants there to be no abortion, or I'm sorry, not no abortion, no birth control, no IVF. They try to loop all of these things in. And quite frankly, the Missouri bill changed because they wanted to include all of those things in the same bill. And so what happens is people are like, well, that's fucking insane. Even if we think abortion is wrong, we don't want to outlaw birth control and contraception, all these other things, which is probably what got this bill pushed over. So this is not about the bill. This was, I think, in response to it. But Missouri Amendment 3. So we can take a look at that. The proposed amendment to Missouri's constitution would create a right to reproductive freedom, including abortion and birth control. So see how they lumped it in so that if you wanted your birth control, you also had to co-sign on abortion. I don't agree with that, but that's what they did, and that's what they voted for. So the legislature could regulate abortion after fetal viability, but could not restrict an abortion necessary to protect the life or health of a pregnant woman. So basically what they're saying is, we're kind of going to punt the policy for now, but for now, we can't tell you no in the case of the exceptions, and we're not going to outlaw birth control. But down the line, we may impose a restriction based on fetal viability, which most people debate between 12 and 20 months. So actually what happened is exactly what Donald Trump said would happen, right? And so nobody's going to point at ballot measure 3 in Missouri or Missouri Amendment 3 and say, look at this Trump abortion ban, because an electorate in the state of Missouri that overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump as president actually voted to overturn super restrictive abortion measures, which is exactly what the point of overturning Roe versus Wade was. So all this fucking panic that the Trump people are going to take away your rights to your precious fucking abortions, ladies, is a lie. Missouri's one of the reddest states in America, and even Missouri said, maybe not no exceptions, and definitely not no birth control or contraception. So no, right? So what's going to happen is what's going to happen is the fucking compromise that we could never come to an agreement on as a nation. We will probably just come to an agreement on state by state, and it will all end up with whatever birth control you want, exceptions for rape, incest, life of the mother, and probably a 12 to 20 week ban to prevent late-term abortions of viable pregnancies, which I think is a compromise that most Americans could live with, even if personally I don't like it and I still think it's morally incorrect. By overturning Roe versus Wade, every state's going to end up with what's considered common sense abortion reform, right?
I mean, I just don't agree with the point, the part of amending a state constitution for it. Like we have laws on the books in states that aren't part of the state constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is like, you don't have like, you don't have, I don't know. I feel like the government does not have, if you want to talk about the government doesn't have a right to say what I can do with my body. It's just like, well, the government doesn't have a right to say that I have to fund abortions.
Correct. Right. But your right would be to not live in a state like this that, and by the way, this doesn't say that it would be funded by taxpayers. This doesn't fund, just by what we're reading here, it doesn't necessarily fund Planned Parenthoods or anything like that.
70% of Planned Parenthood's money is from the federal government.
Federal government, not necessarily from your state income taxes in Missouri. Right. And
we just don't have the data on how much state governments come back since R. V. Wade was.
Yeah. I don't, by the way, I don't think public schools should be funded by taxpayer dollars. I don't think Planned Parenthoods should be funded by taxpayer dollars. I think you shouldn't be paying income tax within a certain bracket, and you can spend your income tax money on putting your kids to school and paying for whatever abortions you want. But that's where the huge disconnect is. And nobody's talking about the fact that on, I think it was Rogan's podcast, Trump was like, he said, would you ever consider getting rid of an income tax altogether? And he said, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's when he started talking about McKinley and
yeah,
it was like, and he was the tariff man. Loved tariffs, beautiful tariffs.
Now, could you tariff the world and make enough money to spend to what we're spending in government today? No. Yep. Hold on, no. But the solution is that we shouldn't be spending that today. And if we cut out 70% of unnecessary government spending and cut government down to the things we actually need, you could probably tariff it and nobody would have to pay income tax at all.
That's exactly the system that was 100 years ago
under McKinley. Yeah, before we ever had an income tax.
Just thinking about like 100 years ago, our entire country was funded. We're only 25 years old, 250 years old, if that, as a country. Like, so 100 years ago, the entire thing was funded by tariffs.
Right. So the first personal income tax was to fund the Civil War. Right. Which, and by the way, was supposed to be temporary. When the war was over, no more income tax.
I'm sorry. Does the government implement a temporary tax that never goes away? That's why we vote no on things. So when you see somebody vote no and it goes, oh, I should have known they were racist. And he goes, no.
So look at this history of federal income tax. 1861, first federal income tax is put in. 1872, after the end of the Civil War, right? Congress repeals the income tax due to the public's outcry. In 1894, the Wilson Tariff Act revived the income tax, but the Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional in 1895.
But Congress, look, that was 20 years. That's
20 years.
1872 to 1894. Imagine
22 years.
Imagine living in that time.
Yeah.
1880s America. They just had a civil war and it got straightened out, and nobody's paying income tax, and the country is building back up.
And it's industrial revolution.
What?
Right. And so in 1909, Congress passed the 16th Amendment, which gave Congress the power to levy an income tax without apportioning it among states based on population. So basically what that means to people is everybody gets it. Everybody gets it in that ass. And then in 1913, the 16th Amendment was ratified, and the Revenue Act of 1913 reinstated the federal income tax. The first year of the income tax saw less than 1% of the population pay taxes at a rate of 1% of net income. And imagine that. It just kept going up. And they kept spending more and kept spending more. And then the reality is that, like a fucking film budget out of control, where guys are eating fucking, where
a woman with a credit card,
right? Where grips are eating lobster tails for their midday snack on their 17th fucking break. America just started spending like drunken sailors and politicians said, we'll spend what we want to spend and we'll send them the bill.
But it's crazy that they're like retarded chicks when they go, you know, when girls go, well, it was on sale. They go, yeah, but if you don't buy it, you save
100%.
actual money.
You save 100% of what you didn't buy in the first place.
Like, I don't understand that mentality. Like, yeah, but if I don't get it, then it's not like I don't get the value.
I lose the sale. And it's like, yeah, or you could keep all of it.
This idea, like, and they're unaware of what a markup is.
Yeah, they don't understand margin.
They don't know that these places mark up prices and then have sales, and they go, I mean, it's a sale. It's normally this much. They go, no, it's not.
I gotta bring this example up as an example of how stupid women are. So when I worked for Crocs shoes, it was like 2011, it was right before I left. It was like 2010, 2011. I was in LA and I was rising the ranks. I was running the Southwest region, right? So I had Southern California, Arizona, Nevada, which historically had performed very poorly. And as I got in and my job was to fix it when I was sent out here in 2009, I realized, like, well, part of the reason our sales are low is because they're buying our store with the same size run of shoes that they buy every other store in the country. The problem is California is overwhelmingly not white. And the Crocs consumer in California, Arizona, and Nevada was overwhelmingly Latino and Asian. So I go, listen, you have to buy these stores smaller, okay, so that we can actually sell as much as everyone else, because I have no way of capturing data that tells you we missed a sale because we don't have inventory. All you see is the percentage of inventory we sell. What you don't see is the solve for X. What would we sell if we actually had it to begin with? I explained this to a woman who had like a master's degree in supply chain, who became our head of merchandising. And she literally was like, I don't, like, we buy your store based on your sales. So we're not just going to give you more money on a hunch. And I was like, hunch? Do you want me to send you a picture of all the gooks in my store right now? Hunch? They're Chinese. They don't wear size 8. The men don't wear size 8. Right? And so literally, I had to force my boss, and his boss had to force the CEO of the company to bring this bitch to California to go into all of my stores and see her for herself that we were losing sales because we didn't have small enough sizes for Asian customers. Right? And so literally I was like, listen, you dumb bitch, if you were just a little bit racist, my stores would be making millions and millions and millions of dollars more a year. And so we brought them out. I proved it to them. We got the buys that I wanted. And guess who had the highest performing market in the country the last year I worked there before I went to Sean John? Me. Oh, wow. Was it exactly what I fucking told you? So I say all that to say this. A woman who dedicated her entire intellectual career to understanding supply chain couldn't understand the simple racism of supply chain. Right?
Supply chain racism is just like, listen.
I literally felt like it was like I was working for KFC and I was like, listen, I don't know if you know this, but niggers love chicken. And she's like, I'm going to need to see some proof of that. And I go, meat one? What do you want me to tell you? Like, you're so disconnected from reality, which they are, to where they just will never fucking come to the table and be like, and never once did this fucking cunt go, I was wrong and you were right about that. And I'm sorry because you could have got fired for poor performance if we didn't fix this. And by the way, we were trying to fire you for poor performance because we refused to fix this, even though all of your other metrics were the best in the company. And guess what happened to that woman with that grave mistake? They promoted her. They promoted her despite pushing back on the obvious. And so that was one of my first lessons of the concept of like woke being attributed or being connected with failing upwards.
Yeah.
Where a woman who made a mistake that cost our company hundreds of millions of dollars because she was too fucking stubborn to listen to a man who didn't have a college degree and was quite younger than her. But literally, I'm just reporting what is the reality of the situation. And she's going, well, the data doesn't prove that. And I go, yeah, an absence of data is data. Right? Like, you can't tell me that there's no data. The absence of data is the data.
Right. You don't got the shoes.
Right.
So I can't sell them to show you the numbers.
Right.
Because you're not selling them.
Yeah, it would be like if the mob came to one of their guys and go, listen, I need you to get these numbers up. And you go, yeah, there's no more drugs to sell. And they go, well, figure it out. And you go, I just told you, I figured it out. We need more drugs to sell.
I figured it out.
I figured it out.
I already did the math.
Sell. Yeah. And you know, she would go, well, Minnesota doesn't have a problem. I go, yeah, it's all white people who wear size 8s and 9s. And when you buy fat in the middle, right? Like, think of it like a bell curve, right? So like when you buy instead of buying like this, okay, I need you to buy like this. And she just didn't
buy the averages.
She just didn't get it. She didn't get it. She didn't want to give it to me. I had to bring the entire C-suite on a private jet out to my stores and be like, "Oh my God, look, Gooks. Who said that?" And by the way, the moral of this entire story is that my racism was good for business.
You can do it without racism.
No, I disagree. Like,
you don't gotta, like, it doesn't have to come to racism to make the observation, right?
Yeah, but you'll get there faster with it.
I don't know. I would say prejudiced.
If I were the kind of white that didn't notice that there was an uncomfortable amount of Chinese people around at a given moment, I would have never stumbled upon this economic disparity. It takes a man like me sitting in a store going, God, there's a lot of fucking Chinese around here, to come up with this solution. Hey, look how little their feet are. Isn't that cute? Oh shit, we don't have any of that inventory. See how it translates? I'm the Rockefeller of my time.
Were they in the store and you're making this?
Yeah, they can't understand me. They don't speak English. You know,
yeah, so I'm saying they were physically looking for shoes and then realized you don't have them.
Yeah, and it wasn't like we didn't make them that small. We did. We just didn't. We would get like 2 pairs of 5s and 10 pairs of 8s. And I was like, I need 2 pairs of 8s and 10 pairs of 5s.
Those are for grown people?
Yes. Asian women wear size 5. Now, before your dick gets in ragingly hard, because you like mid ladies.
Hold on, I thought, man, what's an average guy shoe size? You mentioned Minnesota.
Yeah. Average woman's size in the Midwest is an 8 or a 9. Average men's size is 10 and 11.
Oh, these were women's sizes.
Yeah. These were women's size shoes. Yeah.
That makes sense. I was like, God damn, these are grown men.
No.
And you're like, yeah, they have 5s.
Yeah. I mean,
who wears a fucking 5 as a guy?
Yeah. So like Crocs clogs are unisex. So they actually have a male and female size printed on the bottom of the traditional clogs.
Trump won. I don't need any of that. We don't do that shit no more.
Okay, well they do, and so yeah, a woman's 7 would be a man's 5 in Crocs, and there were a lot of men.
It ain't my world, buddy.
Yeah,
not in my world.
The cool thing about Carl is that Carl is 6'8", and he can only buy his Crocs from like Dillard's Sporting Goods, where they're just like, yeah, these shots with
Ross. 16s? You could have went with Ross or one of them shit.
Yeah,
you can order them. I can order them from Crocs.
Yeah, everyone can special order things for their gargantuan.
It's not special. It's just order. What's with the special? Every time a goddamn motherfucker says that to me, he goes, "Do you got to special order your shoes?" No, I just order them. It's not special. There's no special thing. It is not special
because you're gonna special order them and then you're gonna special wear them on your special feet. Fucking chimpanzee.
Dude, it's not, dude.
That's why when you have girls over, I go, "Oh, Carl, special lady friend coming over tonight," and she's like, "I like pink." and you say romantic shit like, "I like pink too," and then you make them skettios, and then you fuck them to death. I hear through the wall. I know what goes on.
Skettios. That's
We
what
call
I'm
you.
making for
I call you lunch lady cock spitali when you're not around. Here's your skettios and you're helping a dick.
I don't even gotta give him
What'd you say?
I don't even gotta give him the spaghettios. I
It's
can't
like-
remember the last time I had spaghettios.
Yeah. Well, I can. It's gonna be the nick. That's gonna. You better not get into a serious relationship because you're gonna have to explain to your new girlfriend why her nickname is Skettios.
I'll just act like I don't remember.
You don't know. I don't know. That's his thing. I don't know where he came
I
up
don't
with
know.
that.
He just calls me that shit. He calls me all types of shit.
This is Carl's special lady friend, Skettios. She'll like it because, like all women, she'll be like, "Oh, what are you guys gonna do? Bits about me?" No.
Can we say why they say that Trump won because
Racism,
normals?
sexism, homophobia,
No, that's but
the big three.
the realists say that Trump won because sensible, smart women voted for him, and then most men, real men, voted for him, and they're basically saying like the women that voted for him just like the first time helped him get over on it. Like, who would do that? Which women are these? And one, obviously it's like the wives of people who are actually married. That's why JD Vance said something about like, I'll tell you what, there's one thing to tap into women is like knowing that women hate other women.
Mm-hmm.
So calling them childless cat ladies and watching all of those bitches who are the annoying girl and their friend group
Mm-hmm.
get fake empowered by that whole shit, right? And have Taylor Swift go like, signed a childless cat lady, right? That whole fucking thing. Those women showed up to vote. Like, those women are insufferable. I get it.
Were they in line with you when you voted in person yesterday?
Oh no.
The childless cat ladies.
Oh yeah. That group. First of all,
I didn't mean
all
Taylor Swift.
No, I thought you meant like normal people.
No,
Yeah.
there are none of those here.
Can I tell you what the line consisted
If you're a normal person in California, we know you and we probably are friends.
Can I tell you what the line consisted of?
Sure, I would love to know.
So in front of me is like a hairy sisson, you like one of those faggoty.
Oh yeah,
I work at Disney sort of dem white dudes who's like,
Mhm.
not those white guys. I'm different.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
That type. He's like directly in front of me.
The kind that the childless cat ladies like to go shopping with.
It just, I just like Twitch. uh, Followed by a cast of characters, including many mask wearers, many flamboyantly gay, dudes, weird looking lesbian types, like not like the purple hair I hate. It's more like a fucking dude. Yeah.
Like no. I know exactly who they are.
Like tree muppets.
No. Hers and Hers bookstore from Portlandia. Dykes.
Maybe. I don't remember the sketch.
I got it for you. These two.
The Fred Armisen
These
is like
are
the weird looking lady.
Yeah. I'll pull it up. Here we go. These two.
Oh yeah.
Like, is that what we're talking about?
No, but they're think way grosser because this is too colorful.
Grosser than a man dressed as a woman?
Yeah.
You're
It's
like,
too.
these dykes have too much personality. Well,
No,
it's
it's too like bright and vibrant because it's
Okay.
like popping for TV.
So they're
No,
just
So
grabbing.
imagine if they were fatter, looking like
Like this?
no, that's like a showered man. No, these were like dirty.
Well, I'll tell you, he's showered in tits, is what he is.
These were dirty. Think
So
of
dirty
like
lesbos. Oh wait, that's gonna give me porn, isn't it? God damn it! That's not.
boy. No, think of like maybe if you go, did you make
They're
those?
lesbians.
Are those clothes made out of potato chip?
Oh, how about
bags?
this? How about like Kristen Stewart and one of her girlfriends like that?
No. I'm talking frumpy, gross.
Stumpy, dirty.
Yeah, like
lesbians.
fat, made their own clothes out of.
Oh God, there's pornography.
I'm
Hey,
talking like fat, made their own clothes out of like potato chip bags and
Sure.
like, and burlap sacks.
Okay.
You know, and you go, ugh.
I think you meant to say potato bags, not potato chip bags.
No. I mean, like inside out ruffles that, right? And it got scrunched up and it's a little metallic-y and then into a burlap sack and somehow is interwoven with that.
That's how I like to describe my penis, is inside out ruffles.
Those are the ridges.
Yeah, those are the ridges. They're for your pleasure, by the way. They also help me scoop up all the dip.
Oh, dude.
This is a fucking funny, gross episode. Don't act like you're above these kinds of jokes, you fucking prim and proper princess.
I don't do. I don't. Do I do gross? I don't think I do gross.
You are gross. You live gross.
That's the thing. I'm gross. So,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I can't talk about.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You know, you don't get to. I say I'm gross. You don't get to say I'm gross.
Okay. Well, I can't acknowledge what you acknowledge.
I'm not into like gross shit. I'm not even into anal.
Okay.
Like chicks are actually like they'll go. Some chicks are relieved I'm not into anal, right?
Well, yeah, because you're a Sasquatch.
But then some girls will go like,
there are girls that are relieved you're not into hetero either. It's like, yeah, I don't want to die. Yeah.
Did you just call me gay?
No. I'm just saying, no, I complimented the size of your beastly penis by saying there are women that would be glad that you're not into regular sex too, because it'll kill them.
I'm into that.
Yeah, I know. It's the long running joke on the show that someday you'll have to be bailed out of prison for.
You think I'm going to Green Mile somebody?
Yes. I don't think. I'm prophesizing.
He was trying to save them kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'll tell the cops. I'm not gonna.
But you can't say Green Mile because Green Mile, he's definitely holding kids, and that's not a situation I'm ever going to be in like that.
He tried to took them back.
I tried to take them back. I did.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, first of all, they're going to look like those two little girls in your arms because you're a goddamn giant. And they'll be two little 5 foot tall, 27-year-old girls who hate their dads.
We should just do movie. I'm sorry, this is such a fucking off tangent, but you know, Always Sunny, when they did the home movies, like their own reboots of
version of reboot, yeah,
like Lethal Weapon and shit.
Mm-hmm.
We should do mashups of movies.
Yeah,
but like a cross hybrid of the movies. I don't know.
The wigs in the comments said, not sure if you guys spoke about it already, but the trend of liberals crying and melting down on TikTok has to be the most disturbing thing. I'm just gonna go to TikTok and type in liberals, or maybe I should type in election reaction.
You can just type in Trump won and see what it says. Or like, oh my God, I'm gonna. Some of them are hilarious. Some of them are unhinged. Most of them are hilarious.
Yeah, I have to authenticate with an account. Well, this is annoying.
No, you can find them on X.
Oh,
Type
okay.
in just type in the word meltdown on X and you'll find a bunch of them.
Okay, this will be fun.
They're all over. Ty Rivera even posted a few of them. Like this black girl's like, so y'all really okay with and I have something that we got to talk about that is it comes from these reactions, but I want you to see the videos first.
Okay, I think I got the black lady up right away here.
Yes, yeah. So that whole thread, start that thing over.
I'm sorry. No. Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad? I'm sorry. No.
Okay, here's another one.
Oh, the one with the purple shirt is crazy. She shaves her head.
The crazy thing to me is that if this guy does end up winning again, all of the people who voted for him will be like happy and they'll just be celebrating.
I feel like watching this redhead girl. I feel like Joffrey watching Sansa. How long must I look at my father's severed head? As long as it pleases me.
And everyone else, everyone who feels threatened by him is fucking scared. Like we're scared for our lives. We're scared for our friends. Like you have pro-life women dying because their doctors are scared to treat them
That doesn't make any sense.
Of the repercussions of his last presidency.
What?
How did we get here? How did we get here?
Yeah,
you're retarded.
There's that much ignorance and that much hate in this country.
Yes.
It's
You
so
hate him and you're
terrifying.
ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
It's so terrifying.
You're terrifying.
How
How
could you do
retarded
this?
you
How
are.
could you claim to be a Christian or anyone of moral
Because we
value?
gave you the 19th Amendment. First thing they do is go after Christians.
Every word out of his mouth is hate when he wants to pardon people who took over the Capitol. Do not do this. to people that
J6ers
you love
hating
and care
them.
about. If you have a woman in your life, if you have an LGBTQ person in your life, if you have anyone in your life who's not white, how did we get here?
By the way, I just want to say for the record, both the woman and the LGBTQ people in my life are not white, and they are thrilled that Donald Trump won this election. I bet this bitch doesn't have any friends that aren't white. I bet she lives it. I bet she licked a pussy one time in college and thinks she's the most progressive girl in Mississippi.
She's definitely not in Mississippi. She's
Someone
way too
tell me,
annoying for
please.
Mississippi.
Someone
That
really
purple
tell
shirt
me,
girl
please.
right there, that
Because
beast.
the only way I see it is
By the way, if you want to
I'm
put us
done with
in
her,
touch,
you gotta mute her.
if you want to put us in touch, I'll tell her. I'll tell her real good what happened. All right, this
that
one's
bitch
free. Oh,
she shaves her head.
Feeling spicy.
Nice.
You guys feel spicy? Because I do. All right. I don't know how to use this.
Unhinged.
Is this cutting off hair? I'm going to have to cut it shorter than that. That's it down, right? I think that this is too... it's getting hair. Let's see here. Maybe I got it.
okay, the demonstration of that you don't know how to use clippers is why you didn't get your way on election day, you dumb, stupid, dumb bitch. Is this working? Is it? Yeah, every dog groomer in America knows how to fucking do it, you dumb cunt. Are you that fucking stupid?
The guy on the porch, I don't know if it's faked audio, like an audio clip, but it is funny.
Here we go. Have I given up on America? I've also given up on coloring this hair. because,
Nobody
right,
cares about this.
I'm
Her
coloring
shaving
my
her. That's what she
hair.
doesn't understand.
Fuck having my hair be long and luxurious. Fuck all that shit. Fuck being skinny. Fuck being hot. Fuck being
Okay, so you know what that. By the way,
So the caveat, the silver lining of you guys losing the election is that you get to finally stop being so thin and fuckable. Oh, it's fun. Is it your day to rest in the sunny garden there, Thanos? Oh, all this work, all that I've been doing about being thin and fuckable and hot. Well, that's over today. Well, something called video tells me that journey started a long time ago. That you've been at
Josh.
the infinity war of being an unfuckable disaster for a while now, and now you're quitting. Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's called the end game. Check it out.
Things that the
This is what I
patriarchy
wanted you to see. All right, pause it. You don't want to hear her fucking voice or nothing.
Okay, I want to see
Listen.
her shaved head though.
Yeah, but check this out. This goofy is doing something that they did in Korea, I believe, and it's called the 4B movement.
Oh
And
yeah. Hold on. I've heard about this. Hold on, though. I just want to point out.
She looks like a rat.
That's Lena Dunham. We are looking at that is Lena Dunham. You're not tricking me. I know her. She's trying to get back on TV. I see her. You're not going to get me with one of these new identity swaps.
What was her
Yes.
show? Oh,
Girl.
Goyles. That's right.
Goyles, yes. What it's like to be a working everyday woman from four women who have never worked a day in their lives because they all come from wealthy parents in real life.
All right, so this thing.
yeah,
I don't know.
what's
If this is. I don't know if it's fake audio
Better.
or if it's real, but it's funny.
Positive energy. Oh. Hope your day gets better. Positive energy. Oh. Hope your day gets better.
Oh my God, he missed a golden opportunity. Do you not understand English? No, I'm a legal immigrant. I don't understand English. Do you hate me?
All right, so the 4B thing. Do you know what this is?
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is cool. This is Josh Flodog right here.
Horrible human being. I also blame the Democrats for doing this. How hard is it to beat him? It's not that hard.
It's actually very hard because women are 0-2 against Donald Trump. And if you count that bitch that lied and said he raped her, 0-3.
3-0.
He is a fake ass motherfucker who is not a real human being. He's a piece of shit. Democrats, how could you not beat him?
Well, I'll hit you with this one. They ran an even bigger, more unlikable piece of shit. That's how.
Yeah.
That's how they said, who finished? Hey, you know, when I try to put a team together, the first thing I do is I go, hey,
Get me the bottom of the class.
who finished dead last the last time? And can we get her? Is she available? Yes, sir. She's 100% available. She finished dead last. Okay. I
Hold
want
on.
her.
But is she incapable?
Oh, sir, she's the most incapable you've ever seen in your life. She couldn't trip and hit capable if you threw $1 million at her feet.
How is she at sucking cock?
Sir, there's none better.
That
All
we
right.
can't let that get out, because if
Yeah.
that's the way she rises to the top, my God, we got ourselves something.
Oh, this is so fun.
So the 4B thing is very important. I want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Yeah, 4B.
The 4B movement is what they're threatening us with. And that is where women will stop talking to men, stop dating men, stop having sex with men, stop entertaining any men. And their hope is that it's going to teach men a lesson to respect them and stuff. They're finally getting them own selves out of their own hoe phase.
And I just want to point out,
This is what you've been hoping for.
brother.
We did it.
I'm telling you something, okay? I've been saying this since the beginning, okay? You must have forgot that we going to fuck each other, okay? You must not know.
Female separatist
any
movement
right.
that originated from South Korea and spread rapidly to Chinese feminist cyberspace. I told you it's about these cyber. They all live their lives online. While it doesn't require all women to adhere to it, even temporary or selective adherence can be beneficial. And then, so this 6B4T thing, type in 4B movement and not this. What?
I just want to point out, women's plan is to force us all to be gay. And I just want to show you guys how horrific the reality of that would be. I just want to show you how miserable all of these homosexual men are. Look, here's a couple of miserable gays.
Dude, what are we doing?
Here's a couple of guys just hating life.
I just don't know why this is your pitch all the time.
Here's a couple of guys who've been feminized who are obviously hating everything. Look at this. These are two guys that are picking out babies from a human trafficking website. Look at this. These are two whispering sweet nothings. Yeah, these guys look miserable. Look, there's 3 of them here. These guys must hate themselves. Look at them having such a horrible life without women. Look, here's a couple of them here. Here's a couple of them here. Oh, yeah. They're gonna be lost without you.
So type in lesbian couples.
Oh shit! Of course I will. Of
You want
course.
to look at, if you want to see what misery looks like?
Yeah. Let's type in.
Just type in lesbian couples.
Lesbian couples. Look at this. They just clearly got out of an argument. This one's not even looking at the other one. These
They
two
don't even
can't
smile.
These two can't even face each other. Look at these. Look, this lady bought 2 from China. She got the BOGO deal. Look at this one. Oh, look at you, my little pregnant negress. Look at these 2. Thrilled. Look at them. Oh, we know them. Look at these ones. Chocolate ladies. Look at these ones. This one's clearly trying to be a man. That's breaking the rules. I don't like that. That's going against the rules. That's 3B. That's
Those
your
are
Mr.
studs.
4B.
Those are studs, right? The black.
Yeah, look at this. These 2, but their eyes are closed because they hate each other. Look at this baby. This baby's gone. Hey, who's going to pay for all this? Look at this. Apparently, this is 2 women, but I would also believe this is 2 men because in their culture, I cannot tell a difference. Look at these 2 holding hands along a brick wall. They can't even pretend to like each other. That's how much women fucking hate each other.
She looks like she's trying to get away from her.
This one whispered into this one's ear and said, "No more dick ever again." And she said, "Oh my God, we're going to starve to death. Who going to pay for all this?"
She's telling her, she's like, act fucking right. I'm going to murder you in front of all these fucking people. And she's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Look, Jillian Michaels, she's on our side. And even she's like, I could probably be fucking other bitches.
She's a dyke.
Yeah. Look at this. Ellen DeGenerate.
That makes sense.
Look at these. They all have their eyes closed. This is just a lady kissing a mirror. I don't know why this is in the search results.
I mean,
look at these 2 with their matching jams. Ugh. Look at this one. This one's thinking about herself while this one's pretending to be a guy. This is just, these aren't real relationships. Are we kidding?
So in their fantasy world, and this is why I had a problem with Barbie too, is they didn't even.
By the way,
this part.
Can I just point this out? I just want to point this out right here. I just want to just a moment to point this out. This is what prolonged pussy eating does when you don't have man jowls to protect yourself. Okay, I just want to point this out. What this looks like. This didn't zoom the way I wanted it to. God damn it.
Pussy mouth.
Jodie Foster.
You develop what is known as
well, what happens is
mouth.
Vagina rots the muscles
Pussy
in this
mouth.
area here. Now, men, we have bigger jowls. We're equipped to handle the rigors of eating pussy. But over a 60-year period or so, like look at young Jodie Foster. Look how taut that is. See how the muscle is there and everything. Look at her now. She looks like a fucking frog.
Pussy
Look
mouth.
at it. It can't hold up. It doesn't hold up over time. Look at that. Look at that.
It is known in some countries as munch mouth.
Yes, she has munch mouth. Munch mouthins by proxy. It's how she's going to die. Look at that. Just it degrades, it disintegrates, and if you don't think I'm right,
like an older Jodie Foster munch mouth.
Yes, look at this. Now look at Kristen Stewart. It's starting to happen. See, let's see. Look at her in Twilight. Young, virile, nice. This is her with a sniff of pussy. See how it's starting to get all tight.
What the fuck?
And look at this now, right? And then up, here we go. See,
all right, dude. What is wrong with that?
This is
pretty.
Yep, look at that. Look how it's all getting all scrunched. Look at it now.
Stupid.
Look at it now. It's scrunching. See? And see, look, see this? See how it's all getting all withered and it looks like it's the face a man makes when he has to take a hard shit. Look at this.
Enough.
Look at this.
I don't
See?
wanna see it.
Science. Trust the science. You wanted me to pull up the 4B movement. Which, by the way, is a lot of it is in Chinese.
Bro, just type in on X, bro. Why are you using Google?
I did type it on X, and you didn't like the result.
No, you pulled up that thing because it said 6TB4 whatever. Just type in 4B is what I said.
Here. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I failing you?
You saw the memes, like you saw the memes when it had the LeBron James.
By the way,
shit in
it is Korean in nature. I didn't see LeBron James. I have nog control.
It's about when women. It was like women threaten you with 4B, and you're like, oh, and it's basically saying like, we're not gonna fuck you, we're not gonna dance. You're like, okay.
Yeah, so liberal women are now considering starting something called the 4B movement to spite men for voting for Trump in large numbers. That movement would mean they refuse to marry, date, have sex, or have children with men. So the left is going to intentionally take themselves out of the gene pool. That sounds like a gift, not a curse.
Guess what the most hilarious thing is? The only people I've seen bitch about the election, women-wise, bitch about the election, or
the unfuckables. Dude,
they're so ugly. Where I just like, dude, hot women are in a great position right now. If you look good, you're fine. Ugly women are over here going like, oh my God, people are going to think I'm a guy because of my political party.
Yeah. It's they're that's
disgusting. Why ugly women should vote Republican.
Yes, because we'll protect your possibility to stay alive in the gene pool down the line. Like we just go, look, you'll find another ugly person and you guys will fall in love with something.
If they just feared getting shamed or somebody calling them a guy, they should just vote Republican to stop all that from their party going that way. Because if enough of those women vote the other way, then the DNC goes, wait a minute, we got to abandon this crazy fucking mental illness stuff. Like,
yeah, I mean, women said this the first time Trump got elected. They were like, we're just going to stop fucking. And then the pandemic hit and they all had to OnlyFans their way out of poverty.
And then they fucked me.
Yeah. Wait, OnlyFans did or the OnlyFans ladies?
Well, dude, during COVID, dude, LA, that shit was amazing.
You were just smashing.
Dude.
Incredible.
Dude, the first part of the pandemic where everybody's like, I'm gonna have my what do they call them? Like they're like what do we refer to that shit? It wasn't a pandemic. It was quarantine.
Shelter in place.
No, remember it was people called it quarantining at first.
Yeah, it was quarantining. Yeah.
So like, it's like my little like quarantine posse and like quarantine crew, and like all girls would like have that, and it's just like me and my roommates or whatever, and they would all have to like coordinate shit because they would pretend that like we're like being careful, and I would just like sneak them into an apartment, like bang them the fuck out. They're just like, yeah, I have to coordinate this,
Yeah.
I had a roommate at the time at the beginning of COVID was a fucking psycho about COVID.
Dog, I could predict how this went for you, where they would go. Listen, I live with two other girls, and like if I leave the house, then I'm endangering them both, and you just
bring them.
You better bring them all over, and I'll fuck them all then. So
you guys better all get fucked over here. That way, we don't want to take any chances.
Maybe it's better if I come over there. Have we considered this as an option?
Maybe I come over there and come over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm sure they knew what you were saying.
No, I definitely had it. But
and do you know why that didn't happen? Because the last thing a woman would want to do is share with her best friends on earth.
Yeah, but unvaxxed.
Like if this brings me joy, I couldn't possibly let anybody else have any of it because it's my joy.
Unvaxxed, right? unvaxxed, didn't do any of the protocols and shit. I had COVID one time, and I got it when I lived here. Not even when I lived in that apartment. I got it 2 years later here.
Sorry about that. You probably got it from me.
So 2 years later, I ended
I'm
up
a
getting
carrier.
it here.
I'm a
Bro,
carrier.
First part of that pandemic, I was like, man, fuck COVID. Man, bring that pussy over. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I had a chick from Latvia. She was so hot. She had the nicest legs.
Yeah.
She got knocked out by a wannabe car, a big old dude, big statured guy. She like moved out of here and went to Nashville and then got knocked up. I'm like,
Nice.
good luck, Chuck, for real.
Yeah.
Fuck a chick, and then like 6 months later, she could find her dream husband.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to start killing them.
I don't need to keep them as like treasure troves.
Well, yeah, but you'd be way cooler if you did, man. You ever wonder? You ever wonder if like
Your keepsake would be?
Hold on. You got to go first because you brought it up. What would your serial killer trophy be? If you were
keep like a foot, right? Like or like a leg.
Ew, dude. You
Would
wouldn't have a necklace of ears like Dolph Lundgren in Universal Soldier or something decent?
Ears are cool.
Yeah.
Ears are cool like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't do noses because like you take you lop a nose off and that whole fucking crater.
no.
I'd that fucking hot.
Nose needs a face to be a nose. Otherwise, it just looks like a busted bell pepper. You know, that's where the term cutting your nose off to spite your face comes from, because the two things look weird without each other. I'll tell you what I would keep. I would keep their brains because they're so easy to store, so many of them. I could have like 30 in a coin purse. You wouldn't even fucking know what was in there.
Could you imagine opening? Can you imagine opening one of their skulls and going, "Really?
Yeah,
this is it." You just like tossing that bitch up and just
fucking calamari.
You're just throwing it like a racquetball.
Yeah, stress ball. Just ooh man,
just like twiddling it.
Yeah. Just juggling them. Wow, this explains their indecisiveness. You know,
really light and airy.
Yeah. These feel like pirates' booty. Just nice.
So obviously we're thinking that you go down the cannibal route. If you go serial killer, you have to go cannibal, right? Because you're like,
first of all, I don't like the implication that because I'm fat, if I were a serial killer, I'd also have to eat them. I mean, that's kind of racist.
You're a chef.
That's true. What do you think? I'm over here making labia calamaris? Like, girl, come over.
I think.
Well, black women would be safe because those are some calamaris. Those would be the everlasting calamaris. You
You're
be able to chew through them.
Full of linguine over there.
I think they're overcooked. I didn't cook them at all. Oh, this is starting to veer into the territory of my text messages with Anthony Cumia.
Yeah, what is he? That's what he orders, right? Linguine and clams.
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't eat women. I can barely tolerate being in the same room as them. I wouldn't want to.
So hold on, let me get this straight. You never thought about like if you're one of those like you go down the list, right, of like all time. There's the Bundys, there's the Ed Geins, there's the John Wayne Gacy's. What type of serial killer, John Wayne Gacy, do you see yourself?
Wait, why am I Gacy? Why did you say I'm John Wayne Gacy?
You're a fat clown.
I don't like that at all.
Okay. Who do you think you would be? Ted Bundy?
No.
The good-looking guy asking for roadside service?
No. No, I don't think so. I don't know which one I'd be. I'd like to think I could carve my own path.
I know who I'd be. I forgot the guy's name, but he's on. They made him a character on Mindhunter, and just type in big, tall killer Mindhunter, and the real killer's name will show up. And the actor that played him is actually
Ed Kemper.
Yeah, dude. And he's like 6'7". He's exactly what you think I'm gonna do all the time. And I'll just stand over him and go like, oh, I think it's time for you to go now. And it's just like hits him on the head. Like,
oh my god, he's Donkey Kong's bitches.
But he's like a genius or something.
Oh, of course,
like
you'd
really
love
smart.
to think you're a genius serial killer. Yeah, this is the guy, Ed Kemper. First of all, this just is you.
It's me and Vito combined.
It really is. It really is.
He's definitely got Vito tendencies the way he talks and shit. That's the actor that played him.
The actor who played him, Cameron Britton.
In Mindhunter, yeah. It was actually a phenomenal. Did you ever watch Mindhunter?
No.
They only had 2 seasons, but they want to bring I'm pretty sure it's Fincher.
Oh, okay.
I think it's David Fincher who did.
Somebody said Rabbit Proof Gaming says I'm clearly Hannibal. He was a very talented chef that made everything look delicious. Yeah, but that's a fictional guy, right?
That's how they're all fictional. Well, except for this guy. and all the other ones we named.
Yeah. Hannibal Lecter. He thinks I would be Hannibal Lecter. That's cool.
I'm just saying it's all fictional. We're not these people.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be Hannibal.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you would chef it up and you would be like, ooh, you're right. The dark meat does sizzle better. You're just oh man. You're not telling me you're going to know the difference between light and dark meat.
First of all, if I'm crossing over the line to where I'm going to be a serial killer, then I
you're
now
not eating them.
No. This is now I live in a world where I don't have to tolerate anything I don't want to. You think I'm going to choose to be around black people? I got to imagine that
This is about eating them. This is about eating them.
Black women would 100% find a way to complain while you're cutting them up to eat them. They would just be like,
ow, that bitch nigga don't stab me.
just being like, you ain't never sharpened these knives, not never, nigga. You just ain't never gonna cut me up with a dull ass knife, and you ain't even
ass bitch ass motherfucker can't even cut my arm, bitch. Puss ass, cracker ass motherfucker.
No, you are not. No, this is what they got.
I know you ain't trying to boil that pot with no seasoning in it. Big fat ass cracker, big fat old big bone.
I know you ain't fitting to cook me up without no seasonings, nigga. You ain't gonna put no seasonings on me, no nothing.
They used to call me Big Delicious. You ain't out there me cooking up no damn motherfucking thing with no motherfucking.
Make sure you wash me before you cook me like chicken. You're like, you don't do that. You don't wash it with that. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Well, this was beneficial. This might be our most. We hardly talked about the election at all. We're just talking about serial killer cooking black women, which, by the way, that is their biggest fear of what was going to happen when Trump got elected. So I'm sorry, guys. I guess you're right. I guess we are going to kidnap you and fucking cut you up and eat you. Season you.
I don't want to cook a black chick at all.
No, I don't even want to talk to one. What were you going to say?
I was thinking you think one of them Cambodian meats is good?
I've had it. It's fine. It's pretty whatever.
I bet. Yeah.
It's pretty whatever.
Some fucking lapsapdoy.
Yeah. It sounds like something she said she did to me, but I don't know.
Hey guys, if you want to see us really talk some shit live in the flesh, and you're in Southern California, in LA County, December 6th, come to the end of South Bay.
Yeah, tickets will be on sale this Friday. We will
tickets on sale this Friday, and
me and you and our buddy Tim Young
and conservative comic. I ain't doing that, but Tim Young. So Tim Young, Josh Denny, and myself, we will be at the end of South Bay. That is December 6th. which is actually tomorrow, 1 month away.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
1 month away tomorrow. That's your notice. Come on out, SoCal folks. Definitely LA peeps. We're in town. So
Come see us. Yeah, come see us. It'll be a great time.
What else on the my own agenda? Thanksgiving is coming up.
Yeah, big Super Bowl for us.
Are we doing outside the
Yeah,
box?
fair. Carl the Wig. Will they actually be on sale this time? Yeah, they will be. We waited to find out the results of the election so that we knew how to brand the tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be the victory lap.
The victory lap or the revenge tour. I haven't decided yet if it's going to be the Donald Trump's revenge tour.
No.
Let's see. Pandora Wake says, Josh, we were dying for you to review Owen's awesome family-friendly media product he is calling a comedy special. Listen, I've said this a million times, and Liz Antoinette is in here too. She's a big anti-Owen Benjamin person. Real comedians don't do shows critiquing other comedians. That's for faggots. Like, if another comedian thinks he's better than me, he can just go do it, right? And if I think I'm better than somebody, then I should just go prove it. Comics who review the comedy of other comics aren't comics. They're faggots that do comedy. Okay? I'm not going to review another man's special because that's for his audience to do. All right? Did you get muted somehow, Carl? I got nothing coming in. Did you unplug yourself? Carl's unplugged now. Look at that. He got all excited about serial killing bitches, and now his microphone's not even working. And now he's frozen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Shit, dude. This thing got tangled, and then I pulled it to try to do it, and it was a fast pull.
Yeah, no, we know how things get unplugged.
But it got wrapped, and it was like a movie. It was like,
oh, okay. You mean it was like the comical ways that you destroy things in your kitchen all the time?
You watch me fuck?
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I try not to even hear it. If I suspect it could be happening, I just turn the volume up real loud on the TV.
Did you hear me yesterday?
Nope,
right.
Not at all. Not at all. Carl the Wig asking, how many plates you guys taking down on Thanksgiving? 3 to 4. Why don't you come fucking find out?
Take this.
Yeah, Vito only hangs out with us for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you want to know when else Vito shows up?
4th of July.
Food is done.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He shows up at
Vito
the
doesn't hang out and like watch football and like fucking have the things. It's like, is the food ready? Oh, you've been eating for an hour? I'll be there in a second.
Yeah.
Put something on I want to watch.
By the way, I don't know. I think we outed him on this, but it was on the old show last year.
Oh, about shitting?
Took a shit in both our bathrooms.
In both bathrooms. Took a shit. Not only did he take it. Not only did he take a shit though. Not only did he take a shit. It was aggressive.
It was a monstrous shit.
I had to fix my seat after, in the sense that open the tabs and fix the.
He loosened it, or was there shit under there? Please don't say
loosened.
Please don't say both.
It was loosened, and it was a kind of smell that you're like, am I in a sewer, or am I by a sewer, or is that methane gas? Is there a leak? Is this it's just the L train coming, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It smelled like a weird subway fart.
Ugh, and not Subway sandwiches, like in the subway.
Yeah. No, like you were on the subway and someone farted.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I refuse to eat Subway, just for the record.
Oh yeah, no, only sad fuckers by themselves eat Subway.
You ever seen a guy who like is in a Subway and he like came from the gym and he's getting Subway and you're like, you live alone forever, don't you?
Oh damn, dude. Yeah,
You know,
I've
you know
done
that
that.
guy. You know that. Yeah. See. Don't be that. Don't do that.
Yeah, dude. My
Go to
old
Jersey
roommate.
Mike's. Be
My old,
amongst the people.
my old roommate, Adrian. He was funny. I used to go. He would eat. I would catch him like coming back with Subway, and I'd just go, dude, what are you doing? He's like, nobody was around. You guys weren't around, so I went and got Subway. I was like a fucking sad. like,
Right. Yeah.
like, dude, come on, bro.
I always think of
Like,
that
don't do
scene.
that.
I'll play this to get us out of here. If I can find this. Oh wow, I can't even find this this clip. All right, never mind. Do you remember that? Do you remember that scene, the end of Superbad or in Superbad, when he's like, "What am I supposed to eat my dessert alone? Like I'm Steven fucking Glansberg?"
Like Steven
And they
fucking
cut over-
Glansberg.
And this kid's just over there eating a pudding cup and like looking off into the silence by himself, plotting a school shooting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think of when I think of the Subway guy, you know. And little did I know that those guys they got a whole roster of kids they're trying to fuck.
Yeah, that's who they market to.
Yeah.
Vetoes.
All right. Anyway, go Trump, everybody. Thank you all. Thanks to everyone who voted for Trump. Fuck you to everyone who did not. I wish I could say that I was classier than that, but I'm not. You guys, again, just like 2016 with Hillary, you smug, cunty. Oh, look, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. First ever woman president. Yeah, not yet, bitch. Enjoy that. And we'll see you next week.